What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be taking a look at the Warriorland WL1 tactical flashlight. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, hope everybody's having a great day. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Warriorland WL1 tactical flashlight. We're going to be doing a quick unboxing and then going through a detailed look about all the features and specs of the flashlight. So let's go ahead and get started with an unboxing here. Alright, so the Warriorland WL1 flashlight is going to come in this little box right here. Packaging is pretty nice. Just go ahead and slide that open right there. And it's going to come packaged nicely in a little foam protection, like a cutout here. Go ahead and pull the flashlight out here. You're obviously going to get the flashlight. We'll go over the specs and features here in just a second. As we dig further into the box here, you're going to get a few different colors of trim rings that you can change out on the flashlight. A blackish silver one, a green one, and then also a red one, which is currently installed on the flashlight right out of the box. I'm going to slide that foam piece out. Tip this over. And here is a box that is labeled accessories. Some spare O-rings to seal around the light there. You're going to get a lanyard cord. That's always nice to have. And then we are going to get the manual here for the Warriorland WL1 flashlight. Set that to the side for now. And that's it. That's pretty much everything that comes in the box. And yes, I know the question you're asking yourself, is there a battery included? Is there a charging cable included? And the answer to both of those questions is no, there is not on either one. The battery you are going to have to purchase separately. You can use two CR123A batteries, or you can use an 18650 rechargeable battery. This flashlight will accept both, and we will go over some of the battery options here in just a little bit. So now that we have this unboxed, let me go ahead and explain to you my relationship with Warriorland. This light was sent out to me by Warriorland free of charge. There was no money exchanged, and there was no promises of a glorious review where I touted nothing but good things about the light. It's going to be an open and honest review about my opinions on this flashlight, as well as some testing later in the video. Alright, so let's go ahead and go over some of the specs and features of the flashlight. Obviously, like I said before, you're not going to get the battery, which this was not included. This is something that I already had installed during the testing phase of this light. I have been using it for about 2 weeks now. And this is an 18650 rechargeable lithium-ion battery. Slides right in there. You have an O-ring protection seal here on the flashlight, as well as the trim ring that you can change out with the different colors. And that's pretty much the only disassembly you need to do on the light to maintenance it, clean it, put your battery in, or whatever you need to do. Screws on nice and tight, the lockup's nice, and the flashlight overall feels of good quality. So I'm going to set that here, and we're going to go over the features and specs. Taking a look at the manual here. High rating on this flashlight is rated at 1600 lumens, medium 350, and a low of 10. At 1600 lumens, it's going to last 2.75 hours, 473 meters of range, and a 52,400 candela rating. It is drop rated at 1 meter, and it is rated at an IP68 rating there. So there are going to be a couple different features on the flashlight as far as modes. Go ahead and go over them here. They have a nice layout on all the options here and how to change the modes. So you're going to have the 3 modes, a tactical mode, which is high lumen only. That's going to be that 1600 every time you press the button. And then you're going to have duty mode, which is high and medium, so it's going to rotate between the 1600 and the 350 lumen options. And finally, it's going to have a daily mode, which is high, medium, and low, so it's going to be going from the 1600, 350, and then that 10 lumen. Pretty easy to change the modes on that. All you're going to do is press the tail cap 9 times and then hold it at that 9th one, and it's going to give you different flashes to indicate which mode you're on. And all of that is laid out nicely in the manual. Makes it very easy to change, and I haven't had any issues changing any of those modes as of yet. All right, now that we've gone over those specs, the tail cap is the only button on this light. There is no side cap here or no side button. So you're just going to press it. This one right now is set to the daily mode, so that is going to be the 10 lumen, and it is obviously lit in here, so you're not going to see the full effect of the light. We will take it outside in the dark and show you what it looks like outside, as well as comparison with other lights a little later in the video. But that is the low mode, and then as I click it again, there is the 350 medium mode. And then it goes to the high, the 1600, and this light has a very tight hotspot in the center, and it is a very bright light. It punches out quite a good distance, which you'll be able to see later once we take it outside. All right, so let's go ahead and take it outside. I'm going to show you what it looks like in the dark in comparison to some other flashlights that I have that I use all the time, and then we will come back in and I'll give you my final thoughts on the light. All right guys, so now we're outside. I live out in the country, so it is pitch black out here. There is hardly any light around, very little light pollution out here. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the WL1 tactical flashlight. That horse stable over there is probably about 50 yards away. So you can see the light punches out very well. And this is at the high mode. Cycle it down, that is going to be the low mode. See, it does turn it down quite a bit, but you still get a good little hot spot, enough to walk by if you needed to. Medium, this is the 300. At 300, still very impressive how far it will reach out. Close. Camera's having a hard time focusing out here in the dark. There we go. And then one more time back to high. All right, we'll compare that to my work flashlight, which is Colaris XT115, I believe. It's rated at a high of 1000, but the spread is much wider on it, as you can tell. Definitely doesn't punch out as far. And this flashlight is about a $100 flashlight. Much wider spread, not a very tight hot spot there. And we'll go back to the WL1. On high, you can see quite a big difference there. Very bright flashlight. Let's head back inside. Alrighty, so now that you are able to see what it looks like outside, see its functionality, we're going to go over our final thoughts on the light. So overall, I do like this light a lot. It's a pretty durable light. I have dropped it several times and it is still functioning fine. The diode there in the center hasn't budged, hasn't moved, hasn't lost its place. The tail cap works great. It is not a very sensitive tail cap, and I mean that in a good way, that it doesn't accidentally discharge when you don't want it to. You have to give it a good press to get it on or off for constant on, and then you can also do the half press for momentary on if you want. But you definitely have to definitively press it to get the light on, which helps with accidental discharge of the light, which is always a plus in my book. The light is very bright. It punches out really far. It's got a good beam distance on it. The candela is rated very well. And I like the fact that it's got a tight hot spot on it, because you'll be able to punch out and identify targets from a long distance away, or you could just use it as a handheld light and see long distances. I also have a second one of these lights mounted up on a rifle, and this is how I have it mounted up. And again, it's just a testament to its durability. I have shot several rounds with it on and haven't had any issues with the light functioning under recoil or after the recoil. Very easy to articulate the light while it's on the firearm here. Now here are some of the cons about the light. Kind of went over some of the pros already. It's got a great high lumen output, great candela rating, very durable. I like the waterproof rating, shockproof, dropproof, all that kind of good stuff. But a few of the negatives is it doesn't come with a battery out of the box. That's something I would like to see, just because it would make it convenient to be able to throw a light in there and get to work with a light right away. and batteries can be relatively expensive. The 18650 batteries run you about $20 with a charger, so keep that in mind when you're thinking about this light. Right now it is listed on Amazon at $39.99. That's on sale from Warriorland, and I'll have it linked down below in the description box. Another con that I see to this light is it doesn't have a battery indicator, so you don't know what the charge level on your battery is while you're using the light. It could be at 10%, it could be at 100%. You don't know until that battery is dead, and then you have to pull it apart and charge it outside of the light. There is no charging port built into the light here. So those are the 3 cons, and the only 3 cons to this light is no built-in charging port, no battery indicator light, and it does not come with a battery out of the box. Those are some things I will bring up to Warriorland, and something that may be changed later in the future. But overall, this is a great light, very durable, and if you're looking for a tactical light, something that you can carry with you every day, it's small enough to be able to do so. Put it in a pocket, put it in a bag, and you are good to go. If you guys have any questions, let me know down in the comment section below. I'll be more than happy to answer anything you have. Alright guys, so that's all I'm going to have for you today on the Warriorland WL1 tactical flashlight. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully I answered some questions that you may or may not have had about the light. And I hope you guys have a fantastic day. And I'll catch you in the next video.